Let me talk for a moment about our daycares. Daycare facilities, we are not closing them at this point, but that is something that may occur in the future. And so I would ask anyone who is parent who is using a daycare to start thinking about what their alternative would be. We know how difficult this would be for many Ohioans and what a burden it would be on them. But daycares are unique, and anybody who's had children understands that or has seen their grandchildren. They pose really a unique, what I would call a unique risk. Kind of hard to enforce the 6-foot rule, and children share things, and we have all kinds of things going on in daycares. So that's just the nature of kids. So we're not closing up at this point, but people need to start thinking about alternatives. If you're in a position, economically, otherwise, and can figure out how to do it, the recommendation from the medical community is that you remove your child from daycare. If you can do that, that would be advice. I think that would be good advice. Again, as we talked about yesterday, children, unless they have a medical problem, pre-existing medical problem, they're probably going to get through contracting the virus okay. But they are carriers, and just like all of us are potential carriers. And so these potential carriers will come home, and this certainly can spread. And this would include people who have daycare, don't have daycare, but if your person who is taking care of your child is 60 or over, need to look at that. Again, not because of the child, but because of that person who is 60 and over. And I know that, as these changes are made, and in society generally, we have some grandparents who are in that age bracket or older who are caring for children. And we're just simply saying that, just pointing out that the risk, it goes up. And it goes up rather dramatically the older that person is. I think everybody just needs to be mindful of that, and we need to continue to say that. Jobs and Family Services has put out protocols to the daycare centers in regard to what extra effort to take to keep from the spread, or to try to cut down on the spread of the virus. We would again remind daycare, as well as every employer in the state, if someone is sick, send them home. Be mindful of whether someone is sick, even if they don't tell you they are. Because many of our daycares have done this, we're seeing some daycare centers that are short on people. We can only expect that to continue to get more critical and pose a more problem for daycare centers. Kim Hall is here and can answer any questions, but we're changing some regulations because of this emergency. We have regulations in regard to a teacher ratio to the student. We're going to be relaxing those again, because of the fact that we want a person to be going home if they're the teacher, if they have a cold, if they're sick, if they have a fever. We are also, Jobs and Family Services is also working with the providers to make sure they can weather this storm. We will get through this. This will last a while, but it will be over, and we'll be back to normal. And what we want is that the daycare providers to continue to exist, and that they make it through that storm, because when we're done, they're going to need to be there. And so Jobs and Family Services is working with them to help make sure that they are there.